Chesterfield County Public Schools' daily expectation is that students are provided a high-quality learning experience in a safe, supportive, and nurturing environment. Central to this is creating learning opportunities that are innovative, engaging, and relevant, and designed to really connect our students to real-world experiences. The school division's aggressive new strategic plan, Imagine Tomorrow, focuses on creating a better tomorrow by providing authentic and captivating learning experiences. In this three-part series, we will be talking with some of our school board members and division leaders about the vision, mission, and goals of the strategic plan. Today, I'm with Mrs. Tammy Hobson, Director of Curriculum Development and Support for Chesterfield County Public Schools, and Mr. Robert Thomson, Matoaca representative of the Chesterfield County Public School Board and 2019 board chair, to discuss and really unpack Goal 1 of the strategic plan. Welcome. So you both really played an integral part in developing this strategic plan. I'd love for you to discuss a little bit, first you, Ms. Hobson, the process and your role in it.
Sure. My favorite part of the process with Imagine Tomorrow was collaboration, who we collaborated with and how we collaborated. So we collaborated with every stakeholder we could imagine, and we did this side by side with the school board members, which was a really unique process here in Chesterfield County of how we approached the strategic plan. And then we also made sure to turn over every rock as far as stakeholder voice and having representatives. So we had student voice in the process, all the way up to school board voice, and then of course our family and communities and companies and things like that in the external environment. Internally, we had a ton of teacher and administrator and central office input to support the process. 2/3 of our process was spent on pulling out voice of what are the current issues in Chesterfield County Public Schools and what will we be facing in the future here in Chesterfield, in the state, and in the nation, and in our world. And then 1/3 of that time then, after really understanding what's going on here in Chesterfield and our needs, was creating the plan. And I'm happy to say the fingerprints on all of our Imagine Tomorrow is predominantly the folks out in the field, which is our staff that are with the kids every day out in the schools. So teachers, administrators, and other staff members, alongside of school board and central office, truly collaborated to create Imagine Tomorrow.
So really a plan for all of Chesterfield.
That was the goal.
And Mr. Thomson, you?
I thought it was very exciting as we wound up Design for Excellence and we started embarked on this process. I was extremely excited about the total engagement of our community, our business leaders, our staff, our students. It was enlightening for me to go out and have the community meetings I had along with Dr. Thomas Taylor and Ms. Hobson and capture that data and go back and do it. I think that with the constant updates that Ms. Hobson and Dr. Taylor provided us along the way, every time they would synthesize some data, they came back to it, and we were able to help massage the message a little bit to make sure that it reflected the goals that the school board had established in the beginning, and they worked so well in that framework, and I think it just came out even better than any of us on the school board thought.
So one of the unique things about this plan to me is the fact that it just has two goals. So the first one, which we're talking about today, creating these amazing learning environments necessary, or learning experiences necessary to foster that infinite learner mindset. And the second one, which is about the environment, so these remarkable environments for all of our students. And when we're talking about creating these really academic focused experiences for our students in the classroom and opportunities, Mr. Thomson, is there something, an objective or a piece of that really sticks out to you?
Well, I'm excited about us reducing the barriers for our students in AP, IB, and dual enrollment. No longer do they have to have a teacher's recommendation. That's the only way you can get into those classes. Any student at any school in the county can decide if he or she wants to attempt a dual enrollment or an AP class. And I think once they get in there and they see what it takes to get through it, they're going to grind right through the class, and we're going to just have some tremendous results. So I think that's a fantastic thing. I think another big point is we're going to focus on student growth. You know, that's been a mindset since this board got together 3 years ago. The SOLs are one day in the life of 60,000 students. You know, we can't control what they did that night, if they slept well, if they came in, if they're sick, or they're just having a bad day. Yet that's their reflection of how we rate them for the year, and also teachers. So the student growth performance model. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to have different periods where we grab things. We're going to do things with the PSAT, the SATs, and in the lower levels with the testing that we do. And we can zero in if a student needs some help and isolate where we need and do focused attention to bring that student back to where they need to be successful. And really, what are we here for? We're here to make every student in Chesterfield County successful and either college ready or career ready.
That's really exciting. So Ms. Hobson, can you expand some on the priorities of Goal 1?
Sure. So Goal 1 is really captured in what we're calling an infinite learner mindset, or having an infinite learner profile. And what Mr. Thomson was saying related to providing those equitable opportunities and needing rigor along the way. In an effort to really do that and to prepare our kids to be college and career and future ready is really not just zooming in on knowledge, but also those skills and dispositions our students need to thrive and be able to be empowered to pursue their passions in life. So I'm really excited that in our infinite learner mindset or profile, we have 6 competencies where we really zoom in on that to capture our lessons and our learning environment and our learning experiences all in those 6 competencies are what we're aiming for our students, not just knowledge, but skills and dispositions. That includes creativity, critical thinking, communication, collaboration, citizenship, and then making connections. And making connections came out of this process. In this process, when students supported the work, one of the main things they were looking for was more inclusive environments for one another, and that making connections really stood out. So not only developing that academic side of that child, but the social and emotional learning, as well as that, that call to action, that citizenship piece is what we're really aiming for with this infinite learner.
Well, so which that goes back to something you said, Mr. Thomson, about the whole piece of being ready to have, you know, go on after high school, be it college, career ready, but really to be a productive citizen in Chesterfield or wherever they decide to go. Can you speak to why that's so important as a school board member?
Well, every child should be prepared and have the opportunity to decide if they want to go to college in Chesterfield County. College is not for every student in Chesterfield County. We realize that, and that's why we have invested so much in a career and technical program that we have and are continually expanding it. I mean, we have some wonderful trades and we have waiting lists for kids to get in there. The goal of education in high school, prepare them to lead productive lives when they're 18 and they head out of Chesterfield County schools. And I want them to be prepared for either venue, whether it's taking air conditioning classes and going out and being an air conditioning mechanic and owning their own air conditioning company in 10 years, or if it's going on to college, selecting one of the colleges, going to a 4-year institution and on to higher learning. I want every student to feel they were totally prepared when it came time to make that decision. And I want the parents involved with it too. I think that's the engagement piece. So we engage them so they're right there helping their student make the right decision for that kid.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's so important to be part of that process. And so, Ms. Hobson, from your vantage, as you serve the school division in curriculum and instruction and support, can you speak to why this plan is so important and what it means to you?
Yes, it's the foundation of how we're going to use the curriculum to support the equity piece that we're really trying to push with Imagine Tomorrow as well. And so with curriculum development and support, what learning framework are we putting in place to really foster those conditions for creating our infinite learners? So that framework might be any time, any place, any path, any pace, so that personalized learning, every day, every door, those equitable opportunities, those diverse opportunities, and then always ready for more. Just like Mr. Thomson was saying, you know, he mentioned how we have students who are going to the trades who are also becoming entrepreneurs. And so we want to provide the variety of experiences and pathways that actually start with, in an elementary school, even being exposed more to what's out there. In middle school, being able to explore it, and then in high school, being able to really to start pursuing a path. But it's been developed before high school rather than waiting to get to high school or after high school to figure out your passion. So that's a huge piece of our infinite learner, developing those conditions within our curriculum. The other piece is what are we doing in our curriculum to really captivate them? How are we creating learning experiences that engage our students, meet the different needs of our students, and bring them to that call of action like we mentioned before? And then last but not least is it's about students, so that learner-centered focus, we need to attack our curriculum that way as well, from my specific vantage point, but as well as a teacher or someone who's serving special education or even in operations. How are we having an impact on our students, our individual students, as well as our comprehensive group?
So our final question, what does Imagine Tomorrow mean to you? Mr. Thomson.
I think Imagine Tomorrow to me means breaking down any barriers that are out there for our kids, giving every single child the ability to select curriculum, studies, no barriers. They're able to pick and choose what they want as we prepare them for college and a career. And I think the school board feels strongly about ensuring that we produce quality Chesterfield County citizens for this county as we go forward.
And so you, Ms. Hobson, what does Imagine Tomorrow mean?
Sure. So Imagine Tomorrow means when you start with that learner-centered focus, you're zooming in on our individual kiddos, but who's zooming in? All of us with this collective effort. And this collective effort doesn't mean the adults coming together to serve our students. It actually means our students and our adults coming together to ultimately serve our students, but even beyond that, our communities. Imagine Tomorrow has the opportunity to allow our kids to make a difference now and not wait until after they graduate. So I'm so excited, just to add to what Mr. Thomson was saying, agree with all of that, and that's what it means for me too. And I look forward to seeing how we can take it and take citizenship and use it now and beyond.
It certainly is a very exciting time to be part of Chesterfield County Public Schools. Thank you so much for both coming in and sharing your time and expertise with us today. And thank you for everything that you both do to serve the students and families of Chesterfield County. And thank you for joining us today on Engage Chesterfield.